What's going on, everybody? How's it going out there in YouTube land? Welcome to SmackDown review, live review, live reactions. We're also going to play a game of Trek, Beat the Trek, with our special guest host Ryan Ramono. How you doing, Ryan? Good, good, good. I'm doing good. Wendy's been a little bit of trying to get out of her seat now. Look at her, she's fucking bigger. She's almost too big for that bouncy chair that we got her. The not the big one, but the one that we had her in when she was first born. Yeah, she's like two, and she's like 6 foot tall. Um, and you can't teach that. You're right. How is Ronnie doing tonight? Good, Bob. Bobbit, how about yourself? How are you doing? What did they name that? We're gonna go over that. That was one of the things I seen today. What did they name them?
The Kabuki Warriors.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's a copyrighted video game.
WWE can fucking they paid for it, so now they can
You
use
hope
it.
they paid for it, because this just randomly came up on a whim.
Well, if they get sued for it, they get sued for it. But I bet you the video game itself is like, oh cool, WWE's using their name. It's free advertising. They ain't gonna give a shit. It, it's fine with what it is. Who cares? What's in a name? Again, what's in a name? What's in a name? What are you gonna do? After last night's show, I mean, we just really didn't even fucking pay attention to the show, to be honest. We like maybe the first half hour of the show, and that was about it.
Somber message also from our friend Gina.
I will get to it. Calm down. God damn, I'll get to it. Yeah, Gina got a message today that one of her son's friends has come up missing. I don't know. I don't know where.
Last seen in New Orleans on Friday.
Okay, interesting. His name is Tanner Michael Clammer. He is from Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. He's 16 years old. I don't know how tall he is. He looks, he might be like 5'8", 5'9". He has a mustache. He has brown hair. I can't tell what color eyes he has. Oh, here it is. At the time, he was wearing a black t-shirt with yellow writing and a brown camel long sleeve shirt underneath. He also had on blue jeans, Vans shoes, and a dark stocking cap. He was last seen Friday at the Riverbend Education District, which we drove by when we were in New Ulm, when we were up there. If anybody has any information, please contact the Sleepy Eye Police Department through the Brown County's Sheriff's Office at 507-233-6700 or call 911. So yeah, please help find him if you
If you see him, say something to the police. Don't.
If I had a picture to put up, I would. I'm not very good at doing that stuff, but just go to
I have it shared on my page.
What's the link? Go to yeah. If you want to know what, go to fox9.com, and right there you will see it. Missing teen. Just probably search missing teen, and it'll pop up. That being said, let's move from the sad to the even sadder.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do that. I mean, what do you want me to say? There's nothing more I can say. I hope they find the kid, and I hope he's safe. Ryan, what did you think of Raw last night? Right. Yeah. I could see Sami Zayn winning the Money in the Bank. Yeah. Um. Yeah. But we'll see. I hope that they know what they're doing. Also, NoDQ.com put out a report that, and I'll go through it and I'll give credit where credit is due, of course. NoDQ.com, and the story was written by Aaron Rift today. There appears to be some real life frustration from Triple H and other people within WWE. A close friend of three WWE writers recently. Now, keep in mind, when they say a close friend, I don't know what that fucking means. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? Um, Called into BWTorch.com's Post Raw podcast and discussed the WWE creative process. Now, how in the fuck does he know what the creative process is when it comes from? We already know what the creative process is. People write for Vince. Vince shoots it down. Vince does his own fucking thing. Move on. We already fucking knew this. Um, the writers had allegedly been drinking and vented to the caller. They're not going to be working much longer. Um, Here's what the caller said about the criticism. No one should rip WWE creative. They have some of the most brilliant, unbelievable, cool ideas that I've ever heard. We're writing for an audience of one and never forget that. And if not, you're out of here. Now, keep in mind, you know who that one is. That would be Vince McMahon. The most frustrated person in the back every single night is Triple H. He'll always take especially the NXT guys under his wing. It looks like he's consoling them. It looks so much like he was the most frustrated person in the building every single night. Here are some additional notes from the caller, courtesy of WrestlingNews.com, I think. The wild card rule was not in the script on the morning of the show, so that tells us why that looked like shit when they did it. I can believe that. The superstar shakeup changed from week to week, and it did not pan out. How is it originally laid out months prior? Everything changed because Vince decided to change it. We all knew that. Vince will change his mind on a whim. SmackDown and Raw writing teams are the same for both shows. So SmackDown and Raw, you would at least think that they would have continuity with storylines, but they don't. That just makes me think they're getting rid of the brand split. They used to be separate, but they changed recently after the shakeup. The caller emphasized the problems in WWE are not creative's fault, and Vince is the one person who deserves the blame. Okay. Vince wants suggestions from everyone, but it never gets on TV. 99 out of 100 times you come up with an idea for Vince, and it won't be used. The entire creative team has pitched to have Raw and SmackDown look completely different with different production, a different way of shooting things, etc. And McMahon shoots it down, of course. This I'm stating everything that I have said when it comes to this right to Raw and SmackDown. Everything, it's all Vince, Vince this, Vince that, Vince this. Okay, we get it. You're not telling us any different. So where's the story at? I don't understand it. The entire creative team is pitched to have Raw and SmackDown look completely different with different production, a different way of shooting things, and McMahon shoots it down. Well, of course he's going to shoot that. I wouldn't do that because that costs money. Um, Vince McMahon doesn't keep track of what's going on NXT. He maybe watches takeover shows. What did I say about that? He does not care about NXT. He doesn't. He sees what he wants to see. He has a vision for what he thinks people want to see. That's Vince McMahon. He's always been like that. The writers say he just watches WWE and works out and is not aware of things going on in the real world. I can believe that. The writers say there is no chance of Vince stepping down. Dana Brooke. Now, this is really key here because I want people to understand this. Dana Brooke has been the hardest worker for the last 3 years. She goes to the performance center. She shows up early and helps set up the ring, and she gets in the ring so she can get better. Creative will pitch something for her, and she gets nothing up until recently with Money in the Bank. So maybe Dana Brooke is a good worker, but they're not giving her the chance. Right. Well, here, listen to this. The writer he talked to said, "We're all working for Dana Warrior." And it's really awkward, which tells me she can't fucking write. She's not a fucking writer. The WWE Fox contract prohibits Fox from moving the show to FS1 even if the ratings hit rock bottom. So they ain't moving the show. It's such a toxic atmosphere, and it's all because of one person. Vince is in the announcer's ear to a sentence, and he gets on them for any tiny mistakes. There are 37 total writers, and all of them work on the same shows. Both NBC Universal and Fox want the top stars, which just tells me that they need to do away with the brand split. Mm-hmm. Andrade went to Vince's office, and I seen this in a tweet earlier today, and I really don't care, because I honestly don't think Andrade's that great, to be honest with you. Andrade went into Vince's office and asked for a legit push. Vince looked at him and said, "Learn some English." Well, I mean, that's why Vince won't push you if you can't speak English. You can't cut a promo. He will not push you. And that proves my point. It's not because he's racist. American wrestling nowadays is all about the entertainment value. They don't incorporate the wrestling. It's vice versa. It's entertainment first and wrestling second. I don't care about the Firefly Funhouse shit. That's pretty much all it is they have. So there you go. I don't know what else to tell you. Thoughts? Right.
Saying, and it's just many factors. I mean, you got unhappy talent, you got people that are unhappy with the writing, you got people unhappy with what's out there for the TV shows, the pay-per-views.
I did. Go ahead.
So I mean, pretty much, I mean, I can understand why morale would be pretty bad backstage, and it is when, like I said last night, if you surround yourself with the negativity, it's going to bring everybody down.
Right. No, I get it. It's just, look, it's Vince's show, and I don't think Vince, they're, they can, no, I don't see them voting Vince out. They can't. Because he has more than one position within the company, and that's head of creative. Can't fire him. The only person that can fire him is Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon ain't going to fire Vince McMahon. The board of directors has no control over. They have control over the stock and what they do, but they don't have control over who they hire and fire. So that being said, that's all I can tell you. And they ain't. I mean, Triple H is probably upset with Vince McMahon, but what are you gonna do? He's only one vote. Kevin Dunn ain't gonna vote him off. Because without Vince McMahon there, Kevin Dunn doesn't have a fucking job. I guarantee you. They'll relieve him of his producer duties. Because Triple H then takes control. And we all know the story between him and Triple H, but
It's sad to say. I mean, Vince would have to be either very sick, on his deathbed, for anything to even happen. Mm-hmm. He's not going anywhere.
Right. Yeah. Ryan, what about you?
Well, you were talking about how they're really focusing on entertainment first and wrestling second. You know, I think that's they need to go back to the whole wrestling aspect of it all, because I've been to a few wrestling shows in my life, and the ones I had the most fun at were the ones that were the house shows. You know, no talking. It was just wrestling match after wrestling match. They told their stories in the ring. It was really fun.
Well, of course they are, but here's the problem. Well, I don't know. There is no promo cutting at the house shows, or
no, not really. I mean, I understand that whole aspect of it. You got to cut a promo. You got to say something to the guy in the ring so that they have a little bit of an idea. The audience has a little bit of an idea of what's going on, but they talk way too much.
Next time I'll do baseball players
right
just go along with it. And Laura
SmackDown.
says hi.
Thanks, Arushan, too. We got a donation. I don't care. You can keep talking. It's all right.
But that's just my opinion.
No, you're good. I understand what people are saying. I just... You can't... With the United States, you can't just have wrestling anymore. That's the only thing. Because we watched New Japan last night, and that's what they do over there. But they don't... It does not... Again, New Japan is all about the sport. It's a sport to them. It's not entertain. I mean, it's entertainment, but it's a sport, if that makes sense. So that's. So yeah. Bobbit, what about you?
I don't know, man. There's a whole lot of unhappy people and not a whole lot of answers, unfortunately. And like Ryan said, the only way anything could ever change is if Vince says, "Fuck it, I'm done, I quit."
Then he's never gonna do that.
We know that's never gonna happen, ever.
Not gonna lie, Ace, I did not see it. Sorry.
They should just put all the belts on Alexa Bliss and be done with it.
Wishful thinking.
Oh boy.
Did anyone see that? I did not see the Bret Hart versus Tom McGee match documentary. I'm not gonna go out of my way to see it, so I don't know.
I mean, the other news out there today was they put a fine on Lars Sullivan
and making
And
him go through sensitivity training.
training.
Well, what do you want him to do? I mean, ultimately, what do you want him to do? You can't do anything else. I mean,
You can't just outright fire somebody for comments they made 15 years ago.
exactly. So they're putting him through sensitivity training because the fucking people on the fucking internet. Oh, he's a fucking prick. He's an asshole. You're stupid. My God, I need to go to fucking sensitivity training. Jesus Christ. I mean, every little fucking thing. Today's society is so fucking dumb. Everything hurts them. I could say Fu Manchu and they'd be like, I don't like that word. Shut up. Shut up.
Well, and we calculated it. He's 30 now. He was 15 at the time he was a teenager. And that's, like we said, what he did and what teens do. They're in chat rooms, they're on message boards, they're out there saying stupid shit. And
it's like he can't have an opinion of a fucking wrestler. So he thought fucking Jeff Hardy's a pencil neck fucking geek. Who cares? Does it fucking matter? So he doesn't like Jeff Hardy. Who cares? Every fucking Jeff Hardy wrestling fan was all butthurt because I seen that. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're butthurt because somebody said they didn't like Jeff Hardy and he looked like a pencil neck geek. Fuck off. That's ridiculous.
well, Freddie Blassie called everybody that, the pencil neck geek.
Yes.
I mean, that was back in the 70s and 80s.
Well, I get it. That what was okay back then is not okay now. The thing with Leo Rush, he's like, I shouldn't have to carry somebody's bag. It's not a punishment. You know, if I didn't pick on Trek, I'm being straight up with you. I have told these guys on this call, if I did not pick on you, that means I don't like you. You would not be on my show. I mean, come on. If I didn't like somebody, I wouldn't talk to them or make fun of them. Not even make fun of them, but joke around with them. Because a lot of the stuff that I say is all jokes. Raise your hand. Who here has been hurt by what I have said? Ever? Bobbitt's probably raising his hand.
Bob, it was. Did you see all them tweets last night?
Yes.
Because you wouldn't let that BCW character on his main game choice.
No. But so I mean, come on, everybody. I mean, good God.
You don't joke around with me too much, JP. Does that mean you don't like me?
No. I pick on you quite a bit with that who dat thing. You need to learn how to speak English. I don't know what is that? What is that?
Like, who is that? Who is that? Who is saying they're gonna beat the New Orleans Saints?
So say who is that? Don't say who dat. That makes no sense.
We're Southerners. We're Cajun.
Yeah, but that still makes no sense.
A lot of the Cajuns are French, so therefore they have broken English, and sometimes that turns into dat.
Yep, whatever.
And then the other thing I saw was the one, I guess he was in the X division of Impact, DJZ. He is now at the Performance Center training. So he was signed by WWE.
Okay.
Impact.
I've
So
seen
he's
him
one of
wrestle.
those flipper floppers.
He's a flippy flopper.
Yep.
I don't give a shit. I don't know what we're getting tonight. I think we're getting Finn Balor tonight for sure. Finn Balor. Oop, here it is. Let me see. Finn Balor, Ali, Randy Orton, and Andrade clash. What? Hold on. Yep.
I wonder if that means a fatal four-way.
It is. It's fatal four-way.
I know they had the women do that last night.
Right. Yep, totally agree. I'm just looking to see what else is going on there. Let me see this. Oh my god.
I know you didn't want to talk about the Firefly Funhouse, but the tweets that went out today, Bray Wyatt put out, he apologized to Roman and Seth Rollins, and if they're ever in the need for a Shield member, he'd be totally. And then his final tweet was, P.S. I miss you too, and he directed it to John Moxley.
Whatever. I really don't care. Not gonna lie to you. I said it last night, and I'll continue to say it. I do not care about Bray Wyatt. It is nothing new to me. All they're doing is trying to make him look more scary. He's ultimately going to be the same person. He's ultimately going to be the same person that he was. So, yeah, that's all I have on that. Fuck Bray Wyatt.
That's right, Wendy, you tell him.
She's actually yelling at her mother.
Oh, that'll continue for many more years.
What's that?
I said that will continue for many more years.
Right.
When she starts talking, though, it's going to be yelling back and forth, and I'm going to be calling her a little cunt.
Why? Why?
She's going to be calling me a big cunt.
What?
I mean, I even know we have a mixed bag here with the panel on the Bray Wyatt, but even last night, Austin said that show, he said the only thing that added that 3 hours was he agreed with Brian Himmelfarb that it was the Bray Wyatt segment. Everything else, he says, was just recycled, rehashed.
Yeah, I even liked that Firefly segment last night, and the rest of the show was absolute crap.
I didn't care. I didn't even like the Bray Wyatt segment. Did not care for it. Did not care for it. And that is my opinion. That is my right. And you can't tell me that I'm wrong. Sorry.
You're wrong. I'm kidding.
No, I'm not. They're trying too hard with that segment, in my opinion. I just with Bray Wyatt, they're trying too hard. They're saying that it's Bray Wyatt that's doing it, but I can't see that. So
The other thing I didn't care for is what they're doing with Nikki Cross. I mean, to normalize her and to have her come out like she did last night, to me, that's not her. But I guess I'm so used to seeing crazy Nikki.
Yep.
But it just to me, I don't think it's going to go over.
It don't fit. It don't fit at all. Trek said he should be here soon. I don't know. I'm gonna look in the chat and see what he's probably like, add me. I'm gonna tell him fuck off.
So we can't, the show's already started.
Yeah, there you go. You can't. We already started, so when we start questioning, if you don't answer.
We got the do not disturb sign on the door.
All right. At the first, Bobbit, at the first point that you see him, let me know.
All right, buddy.
Either that or DM him and ask him where he's at.
All right, bro.
Now, keep in mind that these are taped. I did not see anything.
We did not avidly look for any spoilers, although we really don't care about spoilers. Oh, yay, Roman. Yeah.
T-shirt, hoodie.
I know. But it's a t-shirt hoodie.
So that's what happened last night. We could actually probably have watched the first Raw after fucking WrestleMania and then watched maybe the go home or no, not even the go home show for Money in the Bank, and we'd still understand what the fuck is going on. Because they're still telling the same story. They're giving us the same matches. I'm just trying to, I'm not saying much. I want to see what they're saying. Whatever. Shut up. I agree with you, Ryan. You can speak up, man. You don't have to type it in the chat. You have a platform. Use your voice.
Thank you, JP.
Yeah. And I agree with you. The wild card rule is silly. I don't understand it at all.
I just don't want to step on anybody's toes or talk while y'all are trying to listen.
No, you're fine. I can't hear it anyway. Wendy's being loud over here. She's sitting right next to me. Kind of. Hi, Laura. Thank you, Arushin Chu, for the donation, by the way.
To be honest, Ryan, I think Basement would go after JP's ass before he would you.
Really?
You don't know how in love he is with a JP's ass.
Well, I know how much in love he is with JP. His ass, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see JP's ass to determine that.
How much you want to bet this turns into a fatal four or a 4-man tag match, an 8-man tag, whatever? Or a 6-man tag, something.
Y'all agree with what I'm hearing, that all these tag team matches and 6-man matches are just lazy writing?
Well, we watched the Super Juniors last night, and half the matches were tag team matches. Oh. So I don't know.
That's just an opinion I hear a lot.
I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's just they have so much talent on the roster that they're trying to tell 3 stories at one time.
So it's not so much lazy writing, it's just trying to get as many people on the show as possible?
It looks like lazy writing. I mean, it is, but it looks like lazy writing because they're trying to tell the same story with 3 different storylines. That's where it gets lazy. So the storyline they wrote is good for the one, but now they're writing the same story for the other 2. See, it's going to be an 8-man tag match.
Yep. Really, no kid.
How'd you sneak in here, Trek?
What's up, shit tard?
How much, dipshit? How you doing?
Keep talking, motherfucker.
Ah, there we go.
Keep talking.
That's what I do at work.
What?
That's what I do at work. That's why I've been at work so long.
You sounds like a whiny little 3-year-old. And then they play Roman Reigns' music at the end. Again?
How was your day, Trek?
That's good, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. We will play Beat the Trek in about 15 minutes.
We get
Sounds
all
good.
ready since we should be quietly playing.
All righty.
So be prepared. So there are 20 questions.
10 for each.
Each 10 for each.
And it's all about gimmicks.
Yeah, I was getting there. Thank you. Like Heather said, the questions are all about gimmicks.
Cool.
So be prepared.
I should have studied, Ronnie.
Told ya.
Remember what I said, Ryan. Get him on the tangent about Nightmare on Elm Street in your shoe in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey. Hi. What? Here we go with the Money in the Bank build.
That is certainly a new try for you, baby girl.
She wasn't crying.
That throat noise she makes now. That
Oh.
whatever that
I think she's just making a noise. I don't think she's crying. All right, they went to a commercial, so I don't know what they're doing with that. It's a go-home show. What are they doing with this segment? Are they actually going to have an 8-man tag match? Are the Usos getting a tag team shot at the SmackDown titles? What are they doing?
I don't think I know yet.
They're probably still writing. This was all done, and they just kind of will throw it together at the last minute.
Let's remember, Vince is the one writing.
I know, but you see, I mean, last minute he could scratch it right before that hour's up. But I know this is taped, so they've already done everything.
That is true.
Well, aren't Roman Reigns and the Usos related in some way, like
They're
cousins or
cousins.
something?
They're
Yeah.
cousins, yes. Rikishi and, Samu and Fatu,
Mm-hmm.
they're brothers. Samu is Roman Reigns' dad, and Fatu is Rikishi, which is Jimmy and Jay's dad. So they're first cousins, I do believe. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Look, they have to do something with Roman Reigns. He's back. He brings in money to them. Whether people like him or not, he makes them money. And they have to use him. Now, are they gonna ultimately push him? I don't know. It looks like that's what they're doing, but I don't know. So, Trek, when we start the game, make sure that you're on camera.
I will.
Well, and there are reports, because John Cena did an interview here recently. He had a new host. I guess it's on Nickelodeon, that Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And during the interview, interview, I mean, he was even saying that the WWE does not need him other than cameo appearances. And with his age, I mean, he's 42 now, and it's just the talent and the younger guys are more faster and more precise with what they're doing. And he's liking it in Hollywood like The Rock. And that's, I guess, he's looking to continue to do.
Right.
And just be that nostalgia act that would come back at a WrestleMania or another big pay-per-view.
Yep.
So, I mean, the next person, I guess they would have put in that spot would be Roman.
8-man tag match.
Yeah, even though he has said that he doesn't want to be in that spotlight.
They're doing an 8-man tag. Even though he says he doesn't want to be in that spotlight, it's not up to him. Vince McMahon wants him in that spotlight. So
Right.
we can sit here and say Roman Reigns doesn't want to be in that spotlight. I'm sure he don't, but
I mean, if you put him in that spotlight, I mean, and use him properly, but like Sarah and I were just talking in the chat, I mean, with this wild card, he's on Raw, he's on SmackDown. It's the overkill constantly using him in this way. And it's not just him. I mean, they've got the other, like AJ Styles and others that they're bouncing back and forth. But Roman, I think, is going to be the overkill. I think that's what's going to put him back in that same boat that he was prior to his illness.
right.
People are going to get tired of him, and people are going to start complaining, and they're just going to get burnt out on him again.
They're two different people, Wise Society. They said Fatu and Samu. Not Afa and whatever the fuck you just said. Sika. They're two different people. But yes, they are related too. Okay, whatever. 4-on-3. So stupid. Excuse me. What's your problem?
We're learning to talk over there, it sounds like.
I hope not.
We're just getting her input from the peanut gallery.
Good grief.
All the range of ages here.
This would probably be the match of the night, but
And that's more because of Randy Orton and Finn Balor rather than Ali or Andrade.
right. So all four of these guys are in the Money in the Bank match. So I do not see Finn Balor winning because he's already the Intercontinental Champion. I do not see Ali winning. I think Sami Zayn's going to win it, to be honest with you, but I'll give my final prediction on Friday. I just, Randy Orton, he's just there because he's a veteran, and he'll add that added element of the RKO. I can guarantee it, you're going to see a spot from the ladder with an RKO. I'm calling it now. Not needed, but it's going to happen.
Good, that's pretty. Holy smokes.
Well, if you're counting,
Randy.
so you're saying there are 6 total people on SmackDown tonight. Because if one tag team is one pick and that's 5 people, then it's still 4. Because it's a team, you consider them as one. Actually, she's not talking to me, Arushin Chu. She's just.
She's starting to get hungry.
She's angry about something, and I don't know what it is. She might probably be hungry.
That's what I just said.
Maybe she wants to be on camera.
She can be on camera after the game is over.
Let me get your bottle, baby. Hold
Okay, so that's. Whatever. I don't give a fuck about the goddamn wild card thing. It's stupid and it makes no sense anyway. I think they should do away with the brand split. Who cares? Who cares? People making a big deal out of it. Who fucking cares? I'm sorry. If it sounds like I'm being an asshole, I do not fucking care how many people they have on Raw. The wild card rule makes no fucking sense. It's just their way of making sure that they have superstars on those shows.
Right.
That's all that. That's all it is. And again, from 1995, so they're taking shit from the golden age of wrestling, right before the Attitude Era. So it says the shit we're getting now is the same shit we got before the Attitude Era. I would Rushin-chu, but I'm putting on a show.
I wasn't watching back then, but I heard the stuff before the right before the Attitude Era was better than what we got now.
No. The stuff
That's
we
just-
got. Oh, well, yes. The stuff we got during that era is better than what we're getting now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, Vince is not senile. If Vince was senile, he would be institutionalized. He's not senile. I don't know why people keep saying that. If Vince was senile, they would take everything away from him. If the man is healthy as shit, there is nothing wrong with him. The thing is, what Vince McMahon sees is what he wants. What we're getting is what Vince McMahon wants. This is what Vince wants to do with... He doesn't think that anybody else knows how to fucking book wrestling. That's the thing. That's the difference. He's not senile. The man is a certified genius. I'm sorry. Everybody can sit there and say, oh, Vince doesn't have... The man is a certified genius. However, he still thinks that we're in the era of Hulk Hogan. Once Stone Cold left, and once John Cena left, once Undertaker left, he had nothing. So he's rehashing old stories to try and find the glory days, and it's not working. No, he's not senile. You got to think about this. He's running $1 billion company. I'm pretty fucking sure if he was certified as senile, they would take the company away from him because it's $1 billion company.
Mhm.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, they can vote him out if it's an emergency situation like that. They can vote his ass out.
Right, if they can find a way to say that he's incompetent or, yeah.
But they tried that and they can't find him incompetent.
Right, and with all those doctors in WWE, they can definitely find out in a short amount of time if he's competent or not.
The revival segment is only there because Vince thinks it's funny. Which tells me it's not fucking going anywhere. It's just something for Vince to laugh at.
And you say he's trying to rehash storylines from the past.
Oh, no, he isn't trying to. He is rehashing.
He doesn't have the caliber of characters that he had back then. You know, people could really, pull it off and make it believable.
They do, but they don't let them go.
And also because they're the public, that's going to put a wrench in that. There's going to put a monkey wrench in their plans too if they try and do that stuff.
Mhm.
No, he's writing for himself.
Yeah.
He is writing for himself. That is what Vince does.
They need to have wrestlers come in and audition for it because the soap opera writers ain't cutting it, folks.
They don't have soap opera writers anymore.
Oh, okay. That's it. Orton got a big cut on the right side of his chest, I think.
Okay. Good for him. Sorry.
No, I know.
Not sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. I'm really not.
Reminds me of the gash Hardcore Holly got when he went through the table in ECW. That was awful.
Oh, that cut on his back.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in the "Do Not Try This at Home" clips on the old DVDs.
Yeah.
I
Vince's
thought it was
writing.
Kane at first.
Vince's writing. Who do you think the Attitude Era? Who do you think wrote the Attitude Era? Vince has been the head of creative since he took over the company. You go listen to fucking Bruce Pritchard. Everything goes through Vince. If Vince is such a shit guy, then why did the Attitude Era work? Why were the storylines during the Attitude Era so fucking good, and today they're not? He caught lightning in a bottle with his storylines. That's what he did. And he just ran with it. And I hate to fucking say this, but he had Vince Russo, and he took what Vince Russo did and made it his own. He said, yeah, we're not going to do it exactly like that, but we're going to do something similar to it. He took what fucking Jim Cornette gave him. And fucking... Yeah. He took what Jim Cornette gave him and did the same thing. He would, if you listen to Bruce Pritchard and the Jim Cornette podcast, and he talked about Jim Cornette, and then they talked about Vince Russo. Even Vince Russo, in the Vince Russo, he would have Jim Cornette and Vince Russo writing for him, and he would take what both of them did, and back and forth, them two fighting back and forth, he would incorporate that into the writing. So he's really not letting them guys write the show. He's writing the show. So that's what he said, ultimately said.
And it's very hard for someone, especially at that age, that's set in their ways and that mentality. You're not going to change their mind.
Vince is the same person he was back then, Arushin Chu. That's what I'm getting at. He hasn't changed. He hasn't changed. He has not changed. And he's not senile. No. Because if he was senile, he would not be running the company right now. They would remove him. Right. This is a publicly traded company. There's a big difference in running a farm and running a $1 billion company that is publicly traded. Right. Big difference. Big difference.
And they're making money, so
they aren't gonna fucking get rid of it.
As long as they're making money, they're not gonna do anything.
Ultimately, right now, the wrestling aspect of the company is a small part of what they do now. It's sad to say, but that's ultimately what it is.
And if you watch that Monday Night War documentary, that whether it's a parts or if you can find the old DVD of it, me and Gene Okerlund even said when Russo and Ferrara went to WCW, the reason they failed was because they were just like, give it the keys to the kingdom and go nuts. They didn't have a Vince McMahon to run these ideas through.
WCW did not take a shit because of fucking Vince Russo.
No. I just mean that like they were given free reign.
Okay, well, that you're ultimately blaming Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara.
No.
What happened was T. Turner decided to let the fucking wrestlers book the fucking shows, and that's what killed them. Because nobody wanted to fucking work with anybody, and that's what killed them.
Oh no, it was a bunch of stuff. I'm just saying that like when he went to
Yeah.
when he went to WCW, they didn't have that creative mind of Vince to say, do this, don't do this.
Yes, they had Eric. Yes, they did. They had Eric Bischoff.
Right, but even then, he wasn't there near the end, though.
Yeah, he was. He was there at the end.
No, he said they told him to go home.
Trek. They brought him back like 3 months later to work with Vince Russo.
He said it on every 3 weeks.
Do you
Oh,
not
yeah,
remember?
that's right. I remember now.
Okay. I was going to say, goddamn, man. All right, are you two ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
We are going to play Beat the Trek. Now, I do it since the guest host gets to pick who wants to go first.
I'll let Trek go first.
Trek, do you want even or odds?
I'll go with odds, please.
Okay. You're going to let Trek go first, and it's odds. All right. Barry Darsow had a lot of different gimmicks in his career. Which one was not him? Repo Man, Brooklyn Brawler, Blacktop Bully, or professional golfer?
Brooklyn Brawler.
You are correct. Just give me a second. Heather.
You want me to run this while you do that?
I just need to know what I need to do. Do I go to filters?
No. You go to the properties all the way at the bottom.
I did.
Or did you click on the text?
What image? What image am I on?
Text, not image.
I got it. I found it. All right. Ryan, what was the name that Kevin Nash wrestled with? What was the name that Kevin Nash wrestled under at Super Brawl 1? Sorry.
Please don't break that.
A. Vinny Vegas. B. The Master Blaster. C. Diesel. Or D. Oz.
I'm gonna guess Diesel.
Oz. Trek. What was the name of the tag team in WCW that had bells attached to their ring gear? The Ring Dings, the Dingalings, the Bellboys, or the Ding Dongs?
The Ding Dongs.
That is correct.
Nightmare on Elm Street was a terrible movie.
What's that?
Nightmare on Elm Street was a terrible movie.
Don't flip people off.
I'm not. I'm pointing this poster behind me.
Yeah? Well, just saying.
I'm just taking Bob's advice. I think I'm gonna need
Oh, I know. I know, man.
Ryan, in 1992, a man came to the WWF claiming to be the Big Boss Man's one of Big Boss Man's former inmates. What was his name? Crush, Chains, Nails, or the Bad Dog?
Crush.
You are incorrect. It was Nails. We actually talked about that. Like, when did we talk about that? Didn't we talk about that, like...
No,
Last
we were
week, I think.
watching a pay-per-view.
Then we watched that Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trek, in 1998, WCW gave Alex Wright a gothic makeover. What was the name he used? Berlin, Reich, Kaiser, or Uberkind?
Berlin.
You are correct. Ryan, what was the name of the military-themed wrestler used by WWF in the mid-1980s? A. Major Disaster. B. Ranger Ross. C. Private Payne. Or D. Corporal Kirshner.
D.
You are correct.
Yay! He's on the
Yay.
board.
And that was Barry Darso. Mike Rotunda has had his share of bad gimmicks too. Which of the following was not him? A cowboy, VK Wall Street, Irwin R. Shyster, or a sea captain?
Cowboy.
You are incorrect. No, you're correct. Man, all right. Shane Douglas once had a short-lived gimmick in the WWF in the 1990s. What was his name? The Genius, Dr. Douglas, Dean Douglas, or the Instructor?
Dr. Douglas.
You are incorrect. It was Dean Douglas. In 1994, Ted DiBiase brought in an evil Undertaker to combat the original managed by Paul Bearer. Was it A, Mark Callis, Mike Awesome, Brian Lee, or Sid Vicious?
Brian Lee.
You are correct. These questions are too fucking easy for Trek.
I was gonna say Trek's just spouting me.
I'm just happy I'm on the board.
Hey, at least
I
you
just
take
picked that one because it was in Bruce's podcast that one time.
Scott Levy, who wrestles as Raven, was who in WCW? Scott Anthony, Johnny Polo, Scotty Flamingo, or Scotty the Body?
Scotty Flamingo.
You are correct.
There we go.
Yay! 2 for the viewers.
Glenn Jacobs, Jesus Christ, who wrestles as Kane, has had a few bad gimmicks. Which one was not him? Razor Ramon, Isaac Yankem, the Unabomb, or the New Diesel?
Razor Ramon.
You are correct. Jesus Christ, these are too fucking easy.
I was gonna say Trek doesn't get multiple choice.
No. I'm about to fucking take away the multiple choice.
No.
You can go back to
But
the
that last question was too easy.
This one was more of an angle than a gimmick. What was the name of the group that fought the Millionaires Club in WCW in 2000? The Young Blood, the New World Order, the Poor Boys, or the New Blood?
The New World Order.
No, it is the New Blood. That is the gimmick that, what's his nuts? Vince Russo started. That was the beginning of the end of WCW as we know it. What name did Barry Darso wrestle under when he teamed with Ivan and Nikita Koloff? Was it the Red Menace, Ivan the Terrible, Crusher Khrushchev, or the Mad Russian?
Crusher Khrushchev.
Yes. Okay. Steve Cairn was known as what during his brief stint in the WWF? Skinner, Swamp Rat, Gator, or Everglade? Look, I didn't even know this.
Gator.
Skinner. I didn't even know that either. When the WWF tried to get Barry Windham away from his cowboy image. What was he called? Hacksaw, Bounty Hunter, Ranger, or Stalker?
Stalker.
Jesus Christ. You're correct. Are you cheating, Trek?
No.
Fire. I think you're cheating.
He's answering them too quick to cheat.
No, he's not. Which masked wrestler did Savio Vega wrestle in WWF before making it big? Kato, the Sultan, Kimchi, or Quang?
The Sultan?
I wish. It's the stock. It's Quang.
Okay.
Sorry. Charles Wright, a.k.a. The Godfather, is another wrestler who suffered through gimmick purgatory. Which one was not him? Pac Bashango, Kama, the Soul Taker, or the Spellbinder?
The Soul Taker?
You are incorrect. Jeez, finally, he gets one fucking wrong. You ended up losing here, Ryan, but that's okay. We're still
That's
gonna.
fine.
No, it's fine. We're still gonna go. We're gonna answer all these questions.
Okay.
It just fills time.
It just fills time. Brutus Beefcake has had many different personas through his career. Which of the following was not him? The Zodiac, the Diamond Stud, the Booty Man, or the Disciple?
The Booty Man?
The Diamond Stud.
Was that just that whole?
That was actually Scott Hall. Last question for you, Trek. You can fuck off.
Nah.
What was the name of the team comprised of Recon, Kurgan, and Sniper? The Jackalites, Delta Force, the Truth Commission, or the Executioners?
The Truth Commission.
You're correct. Actually, these questions are too fucking easy. I knew I had these. All right. What two men wrestled as Skip and Zip, the Body Donnas? Tom Pritchard and Stan Lane, Tom Pritchard and Chris Candido and Lance Storm, Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong.
C.
Who?
Option C. What were those two?
It's Tom Pritchard and Chris Candido. So it was B.
Okay.
So the final score tonight was 9-2. Next week, we get Bobbitt versus Trek. Trek is 2-0 on the Cold Bone Show as far as Beat the Trek goes.
Well, you did better than me, Ryan.
I think after Bobbitt, Ronnie should get a redo round with the multiple choice questions.
Do you think so?
Trek.
I disagree. I'm just not going to do multiple choice.
You're the one who wanted the website. You can go back to what I did the first time.
Well, you can just answer the question. I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm an asshole. We'll figure it out.
But that was fun. Thank you.
No problem, man. No problem. Now
Thank you, Mac. Aim.
we are actually watching. They're still telling this fucking story.
A fucking 10-minute promo package for Charlotte versus Becky.
Yeah, I didn't care for that last night. Charlotte and Becky and Lacey.
It was boring.
Well, they could have used
Charlotte's
segment for tonight instead of using it today, but instead they did a 10-minute fucking promo package. So fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So stupid to do that. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
I mean, there's no reason to do that because, you just had it last night.
Yes.
I mean, people forgot about it already. I don't know. They recap stuff all the time on the different shows. I know.
Yeah.
What was it last week that when they killed like 20 minutes talking about Kofi Kingston and his win at Mania?
Yeah, these promos lose me. What's up, Beersy? How's it going?
I did like the beginning of that promo though.
I didn't hear it. What did she say?
At the very beginning, she's like, "Like we were all sitting here watching reruns of the Becky and Charlotte show."
Right. Interesting.
This is the one I like to set out.
You had to take a deep breath for that one.
What's that?
He sure did have to take a deep breath for that one.
CM Punk just needs to come back and kick his ass for taking that.
No, don't.
No, don't put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
I don't want to see CM Punk. I do not care. CM Punk was okay, but I don't care about CM Punk. CM Punk doesn't get me all excited for anything. I mean, his pipe bomb. Kayfabe was already broken when he did it.
Yep.
Now everybody knows what's going on back fucking stage, so anything he has to say
is moot.
Who cares? And the only reason they say CM Punk is because
he was the best in the world, quote unquote.
Yes, that's why they did that.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt.
Either that or they like trolling the hell out of people.
Look what the Elite does every week. This week they were making fun of people wanting to get out of their contracts.
Oh God, I gotta go pee.
That's all right. I'm just a sucker for guys with tattoos, so.
Yeah, I mean, CM Punk to me just never got me excited. I mean, he had a couple of good feuds with John Cena. His feud with John Cena was good, but other than that, I didn't care. I didn't care for him. And people are probably like, you don't like wrestling. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of CM Punk. That's all I'm gonna say. If he interferes in the match, he's out. I don't know. That makes no sense that if he comes out, the match is canceled. If he interferes in the match, I mean, ultimately, why would he come out? You know what's going to happen. He's going to come out at the end of the match.
Yeah.
And then they're going to try to say, well, then the match is canceled because you interfered in the match. And then, well, that's the story I would tell. And then, well, the match is still on because I did not interfere. The match was over. He'll never come. WWE will never take him back because of the lawsuit that he lost. I don't ever see him working in WWE again. Do I ever see him working in wrestling again?
Possibly, but not like.
I doubt it. He's already said he's done with wrestling, so I don't know why people keep saying CM Punk's coming back and all this shit. I just don't understand it. So, well, of course she is. I've got to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna sleep. I've only been off for like 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
Just fucking take like 20 fucking leave PM. I'm kidding. What are they doing with Aleister Black? He's doing nothing but cutting fucking promos. He should have been in this fucking Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Put him in instead of Finn Balor.
It would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Well, is Aleister Black going to be a heel or is he going to be a face? See, that's the thing. Because face versus face does not work in WWE. It does not work.
No, I'm saying it could have been him instead of Finn Balor.
I don't mind Finn Balor being in the match. I just because he's in there for the wow factor because he can do that high spot shit. That's what the Money in the Bank ladder match is. It's a high spot match. That's all it is.
I don't want to freed up Finn Balor to have a Intercontinental Championship match with somebody who I don't know, but.
Well, I mean, it's Money in the Bank. It's really not that important.
Right.
I don't mind him being in the match. I really don't. Because he's one of the top guys. He needs to get his retribution, and that's, I don't know, we'll see. Well, whatever.
Oh, I'm back.
My point is, right now he's a babyface. Wow, Daniel Bryan got a fucking job as entrance.
Yep. He needs to get another sleeve to balance himself out. He looks so awkward with just the one sleeve.
Whatever.
Now that the Shield is over with, this could be another good faction.
It could be, but they don't need each other, to be honest with
That's
you.
why it could be so good.
But they don't need each other. I get what you're saying, but they're trying to. I think they're trying to do away with factions. Factions, I'm not a fan of the factions anymore. They just don't. Everybody's trying to redo the Four Horsemen thing. They need to stop. I mean, the Four Horsewomen thing, just do it, get it over with. But I don't know if they're going to do it now with Sasha Banks not being.
Sasha Banks throwing that hissy fit, in a sense.
I don't care if she threw a hissy fit or not. This match might take an hour. I don't know, Dan. Jesus Christ. So negative today.
Yeah, just stretch it.
You all can turn your cameras back on, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Sorry.
Oh, Soviet Russia
You want to
batting
get
on
your
does
TV
you.
time in, baby girl?
What you say,
Daddy's
Bobbin?
got to pee anyway. Sorry, just give me a second. I'll be right back,
And
guys.
Soviet.
I'll take them.
Oh.
Good job, Heather.
I'm gonna carry you.
There
Good.
she is.
Oh.
Hi, Wendy.
There you go.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi,
Wendy.
Little girl. Yeah.
She was just snoring in my lap there a little bit ago.
Oh, spit up.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Come here, let's clean that
Phil.
up.
Better outside than in.
Yep.
And it's gotten better than what it was when she was younger.
Yeah.
It used to be that I had to change her bib and her outfit like 6 times a day. Now, I don't have to change her bib or her outfit at all. Yeah.
And then you don't feel like she's getting enough to eat. You don't.
Exactly. Thank
And then
you,
she's
Arun. There.
Video's frozen.
That's all right, Ryan. If you need to step away and restart your computer, that's fine. We'll still be here.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Can you go to Daddy so I can have a cookie?
Come here, baby girl. Ryan froze.
Yes.
She can be pretty, but she was a little hellion the other day, or earlier today. Wasn't too bad. She wasn't as bad as she was Monday. Was it Monday?
Yeah.
But she wasn't too bad on Sunday. She was really bad on Sunday, but yeah. Hey, what are you doing? Oh,
She's like everybody else. She has her good days and her bad days.
yeah, she does. She does. Starting to get hair, man. Good Lord. What? What's going on, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? good. You know what you mean? Oh, stop hitting me in the stomach. What are you talking about? Yeah, she is a pretty little girl. She's a special one. Dad's gonna have to take a couple of a leave PM tonight, I think.
For your ankle.
My ankle's not bothering me so much as my shoulder, and then the PM is to help me sleep.
Help you sleep, yeah.
I mean, I'm still in a little bit of pain from the ankle. I mean, it's bothering me, but I'm not gonna complain about it. I've fucking twisted it like so many fucking times. I rolled the same ankle twice in one day, so it's like Heather's seen me. She's seen me at my worst with that ankle. Like, my left ankle is just, it's bigger. Well, the swelling's gone down on it, but that ankle, the day that I twisted it, which was the day before we went up to see Gina, it was swollen, huge. Like, it was bigger than a softball.
Mm.
But I've done twisted it, broke it so many times that I just quit caring. She's trying to talk to me. I talked to her all day today. Me and her had a nice little conversation today. Didn't we? Didn't we? We had a conversation today. Yeah. Huh? What? What? That's crazy. So you won't be here on Thursday. Ronnie will not be here on Thursday. Her son's birthday. So Austin, happy early birthday to you if you're listening.
Yeah, he's getting ready. I'm taking him out tonight. He's got plans the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Yep, it's his 20th birthday dinner.
Where are you going?
I haven't decided yet. There's a place down here. It's called Anti-Catfish.
Okay.
And he wants to try gator.
Oh, okay.
We found that they do serve it, and they have different ways to prepare it.
I've never had alligator before, so I don't know.
I have. It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it tough like they say, or?
It can be if it's not prepared properly, but otherwise it's not too different from a pork chop, actually. As far as
Oh, okay.
texture.
He likes pork chops, so. Yeah, I told Heather, I said, since I birthed him, I guess I should be there.
Right? It tastes like chicken.
I didn't get chicken, but it was still pretty good.
But Brian from Southside said it tastes like chicken.
I know, I'm mean to chat here.
Everything tastes like chicken. They say squirrel tastes like chicken.
They say rattlesnake tastes like chicken.
They say fucking rabbit tastes like chicken. Depending on how gamey it is, so. Right? You tried to hit me. You being mean to me? Oh no, we're falling!
Yeah, it's like a buffet where you get like all your salads and your sides and stuff like that. So I figured, well, that'll be right up his alley.
Right. Oh, here we go with this now. Are you gonna beat up on Dad? Smashing my nose. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Really?
My good.
What?
I said, my goodness. Holy smokes.
She's fucking headbutted me. Are you okay? You're fine.
Yeah, Daddy's head is a little harder than yours there, sweetie. So you're gonna lose that battle every time.
But she did do it on purpose. Here we go, smashing my fucking nose again. What is wrong? What's going on?
Did you pee?
She might have. Oh shit! Thought she puked on me. Oh, here we go. We're climbing on Dad again. Look at this shit. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? What you're losing, I don't know where you're going. What are you trying to do?
Yeah. Now, monkey.
Mom's gonna have to change your diaper. Seems like a heavy. It seems like it's. I know, honey. You have to wait for Mama. She's coming. She's coming.
I know when I was changing your outfit earlier, you farted really well.
She's been farting.
Maybe you pooped. Wow.
This match is. What's good about this match?
I was gonna say it's a match. That's about it.
Just found out today that you can't live stream on a mobile device unless you have over 1,000 subs. Looks like I will be using my laptop instead. Well, sometimes that happens. They're changing the way things go. They're trying to, with YouTube, they're trying to, and it's their choice, and they can do it. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, welcome back, Ryan.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I had a Windows update.
You're good. You're good, man. It's not a problem. It's happened to me before, right in the middle of a show. So don't.
Yeah.
You're not missing much on the SmackDown show.
You're not missing much. Wendy was just climbing all over me and
Headbutting and
fucking jungle gym. And really, to be honest with you, with mobile devices, you can only do so much on the mobile device anyway. So I'm not against them. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. So I streamed from a mobile device once, and really all you're doing is talking on a camera. You can upload. I think you can upload from a mobile device, though. I'm not sure.
I don't really care for the smartphones and Galaxy phones and stuff. I prefer more hands-on stuff. The laptop's great. I can touch the actual buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a flip phone.
Oh, you got a flip phone?
Yeah. Obsolete technology. But I like it.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the thing about the smartphone is if you need like a Garmin, they're
Hmm.
it's cheap. I got maps on my phone. I can just and it's free. I don't have to pay for it.
Updates automatically.
Updates automatically. So if I need to go, let's say I come visit you and you give me your address and I come to you, it tells me exactly where you live and yeah, it's.
Oh.
I
Look at
like
the
the
updated
smartphone
drone.
and it don't cost me anything extra except for the data that I have to use. But I have unlimited data, so.
I still have the rotary phone.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I'm old. People don't know what a rotary phone is.
I do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who remembers the first GPS? TomTom.
Yeah.
I'm bad with directions. My thing is any place we would go, I'd look for landmarks. And the one house always had like these deer in the yard. And they had them strategically around the tree, and they got rid of the deer. Couldn't find the place because I'm looking for the deer. Tree was still there, but either the people moved or they took the deer out of the yard.
See, what did they tell you? They're telling that story. He's going to get the match canceled. Oh yeah, some computers you can't do that. It won't let you. Oh, here we go with the fucking. Oh my
Sean Ryan's Snapchat is the best today. You do not need to show the same video package for multiple shows.
Every time I see it, it gets worse and worse.
The mask was cool because I know who created it.
Who cares? It's the same guy that fucking did all the shit for fucking Friday the 13th. What's your point?
Tom Savini, one of the best in the business.
It ain't that great.
Well, the
No,
mask did freak me out.
He's one of the best in the business, not the mask. He is.
Oh, if he's one of the best in the business, he could have come up with something better.
I thought it was a good mask. It really freaked me out.
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. They're just going a different way about telling who Bray Wyatt is. They should have done this from the get-go.
I agree.
And it's taking me out of it because they had so much opportunity to do this thing with him and they haven't done it. Well, they're doing it now, but now it's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Oh my girl. You trying to cook?
And that's sad to say because probably one of the best storylines they have. But ultimately it's just Bray Wyatt, right? Am I wrong? This is the Bray Wyatt that they should have had before.
Yeah.
They're trying to recreate The Undertaker in a different light. Because they don't have...
Well,
if they're doing that, that's just sad.
Well,
he's in charge of the promo.
It's the paranormal. It's the evil Undertaker gimmick thing. That's what I'm getting out of it. They think that's what people want to see is the paranormal. I don't. Bray Wyatt's just a disassociative sociopath. There's nothing different about him. He's just wearing a mask now. Ronnie, what do you think?
I just get confused every time I see it.
But we talked about this last night, and why do I have to get onto fucking Twitter and decipher what he's talking about?
Right.
Why? Tell me why you tell me why I need to go onto fucking Twitter or whatever and find out what the hell fucking Bray Wyatt is talking about. Why should I take time out of my day? Why should I take time out of my day? Shut up, Cody. Why should I take time out of my day? Why should I take time out of my day to fucking find out why Bray Wyatt is the way he is? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
And you can't tell me that younger kids are not creeped out. I mean, the mask itself was creepy as well. And you've got younger kids watching this.
And I ultimately said it last night. Are they catering to the 18 to 34-year-olds or are they catering to the 18 and under? Because WWE is more about the fucking younger kids because there's more money there. The toys and stuff. So, I'm lost.
His tweets as of late are about the Shield, not anything else.
What?
His tweets as
How
of
about
late are...
this little thing at you there, JP? See if you change your mind any.
What, Bobbit?
What if Bray Wyatt set up a feud with Daniel Bryan? The whole reason why they're doing the Fire Funhouse is for his first daughter to watch.
No, that makes no sense.
Well, Bray Wyatt has nothing to prove against Daniel Bryan because Bray Wyatt's already beaten him.
Yep.
Actually, actually, believe it or not, this is what I'm thinking. Rowan is trying to recruit Daniel Bryan back in the Wyatt family.
No, I don't think that's happening.
Rowan is smart, but he's not that smart.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I think they're actually gonna, with Daniel Bryan, I think they're gonna start with the tag team and Otis and Tucker. That's who they're gonna be feuding with.
You don't need this.
I'd like that.
I honestly disagree with everybody. I think they're going to be facing the Usos.
The Usos are on Raw.
It's true.
Yep.
They moved them. That's when they lost the belt. And of course, Jeff and Matt aren't a team anymore. You really don't have much to choose from in the way.
Jeff Hardy needs to retire. So does Matt Hardy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, they both will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're
It's coming from.
Jeff Hardy has been hurt more than he's actually wrestled since he's been back.
In the last 2 years, yeah.
What did I just say? The Usos are facing Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan.
No. I guess if they have the belts, they're going to face whoever's available. Because we all thought it was going to be the Usos and the Revival feud.
I can see the Revival messing with them.
Costing them the match.
Oh, thank God they did not get there.
Corey Graves got a haircut.
Yep.
It's a horrible haircut. And no reaction from.
Well, that's because nobody gets it. It's Japanese. It works. Asuka can beat both of them by herself. I don't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Mandy's gotten better, but it's just. I hate her fucking entrance.
I do too.
Are they coming? What is this? A fucking promo off or something, or what? The fuck are they
No,
doing?
it's gonna be a match.
Oh my god. She looks like she has droopy face. Look at her. Look at her fucking makeup. Looks like she has fake eyeballs and shit.
Fucking Billie Kay looked like she had 5 chins.
Yeah, she does.
As long as her eyebrows are pristine, Austin will be fine.
are watching right now.
Garbage.
I ultimately think Luke Harper is going to break up or cost
The tag titles.
the tag titles for.
Give me the
That's what I would do.
That'd be a good way to go.
I would if the, maybe how I'd use Luke Harper.
Makes sense.
He has a lot of potential as a singles competitive.
I've been saying that for 2 months, a month now, a month and a half. I don't give a fuck about what fucking Bray Wyatt tweeted out. I don't care.
Tweeted out about the Shield.
Bray Wyatt.
And John Moxley.
Who cares?
Whoop.
Bray Wyatt's going to do his own thing. I don't think he's going to have anything to do with them two. At least not right now, anyway.
I think I'm gonna head out, everybody.
All right, Ryan. Well, thanks for playing and thanks for being here. Have a great night. Tonight. We'll see you later, man.
Have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Jason Momoa.
I don't think that's him.
You sure? It sure looks like him.
Didn't sound like him. You're twerking awful hard there, for no reason. Okay.
What?
Have enough money to eat pizza.
Yeah, with one out.
Oh. Will you make up your mind what you want to do here, kid? My arms can only bend so much.
Ben Gamble. Sorry, I flipped over the very game to see what's going on.
You're getting so sleepy, Mama can tell. Don't worry, it's almost bedtime. It's almost bedtime. Whoa.
This is a go home show. Why do they make go home shows so fucking boring? Why? And they're in London too, which you think they do something special. They ain't doing shit. This fucking show, man. The crowd's not even gonna get fucking, got a 10-minute promo package. This show. Same people writing for Raw and SmackDown. You're seeing it. You're seeing the everybody's sitting there saying that Bruce Pritchard is Vince McMahon's right-hand man. He isn't even listening to Bruce Pritchard.
Nope.
So for people to say, well, he's got Bruce Pritchard's his right-hand man. Bruce Pritchard's not happy with him right now. Because he's not listening to anybody. Vince used to listen to people. But he's got trust issues. So.
You want another bottle?
You're welcome, Ryan. Thanks for coming on, man. It was fun. We'll do it again.
stuff already.
Give Mom a minute. Wendy. Hey. What? Hey, what's wrong?
Think it's better tomorrow?
I don't care.
Just asking. Hey, if you want this, I gotta go make you some more.
Hey, you're fine. Oh my god. Two are so fucking annoying. That was a botch by Mandy Rose. Oh boy. Oh wow, nice drop kick. God, she's so good. It's just too bad she can't. Wendy! You're fine. Mom's coming. Take a deep breath. What? 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 I think Asuka and Kyrie would be better separate, but they're okay as a tag team, Bobbit. I can agree with that. I wouldn't say it's the best decision ever, but I like the decision.
This is the downfall of Fire and Desire. One second, baby girl.
Mom's coming.
I'm right here. Gotta give me 1 second, okay? I'm thirsty.
I don't think they're calling up Io Shirai anytime soon.
No. I think she's
No.
getting the women's title.
She's
Way
gonna-
too early.
she's gonna end up winning. Not now. Sooner or later, I think she'll win the women's title, and I could see her and Asuka feuding someday.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Or I could see Io Shirai or Asuka turning on Kairi Sane, and then Io Shirai and Kairi Sane join forces.
Either way, it's a win-win for me.
Yeah, I don't care. Again, what's in a name? Everybody's saying, "Oh, why did they name them that?" Who cares?
I like it.
It don't matter. That could mean they could just be remaking the movie or game. I don't know. Free advertising for them.
Right?
With technology today.
I think Io Shirai is going to win the NXT Women's title at SummerSlam. Or SummerSlam weekend, I mean.
Could be.
I was going to say the 25th one, the 25th in Connecticut, but that seems kind of soon, so I don't think they'll deal with that soon.
Not really that soon.
It was like 2 weeks, so I don't know if they'd have enough time to build it up, though.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. It could work. That could work, Bob. I could see it.
So isn't What's Her Nut still champion?
Shayna? Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's gotten
Well,
better.
they built it up this much.
Shayna Baszler's gotten better as champion. It's time to bring her up to the main roster, though.
I agree.
I could see her losing at SummerSlam weekend, and she showed up on Raw or SmackDown the nights after.
Yeah, they're like what, $300 a piece. Sorry, guys, I had to clip my fingernails.
You good?
Hi, baby girl. Wendy's over there looking at me and eating a bottle right now. Is that bottle that's darker than usual?
Yes. I don't know why.
Is it from the little bottles?
No.
Okay.
Just shows you how bad the show is tonight. The anything trending here is anything with the NBA draft. There's not one thing with
Yeah,
Russ.
the NBA draft, that's... Has that happened yet?
Apparently it's going
Yeah.
on.
The draft
Yeah, they
lottery?
revealed who was number one.
Who is the number one pick?
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
The only thing I saw trending today was about Doris Day.
Oh, yeah, she
Doris
passed
Day
away.
and Tim Conway.
Tim Conway died today.
Yep, so there's two.
Yeah, they used on three.
Yep,
Tim
usually
Conway, man, was one of the funniest motherfuckers ever. And he
was
clean. But he was just so funny. His elephant story that he told on Mama's Family was so funny. The Siamese twin elephants, their trunks were connected together.
One sneezed, the other one
And instead of them, you know, the way he told it, if you have not watched it, go watch Tim Conway, man. His comedic timing and his physical comedy is some of the best. My favorite character from him, and yes, I hate midgets. However, keep in mind he's not a real midget. Therefore, it's Dorf is one of the great characters in comedy history. So funny.
Like Dave Mack said, Austin knows him as Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
He is, yep.
So I knew
that's how I know.
Yeah, I knew him as Dorf in Mama's Family, and then of course Austin knows him from SpongeBob.
Right.
Yeah.
I took Tim Conway in the Carol Burnett show. Oh my God, he's just his comedic timing is just so great. Him as the dentist. Him as the dentist.
World's oldest fireman, world's oldest butler, world's oldest tailor. All of it was funny as hell.
There was nothing not funny about him at all. I don't remember Tim Conway on Married with Children. I'm not sure.
I think he was Peg's dad.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah, he was.
The doctor. My favorite is when he was the dentist, and he accidentally gave himself a shot of fucking Novocaine. He actually stabbed himself in the arm with the Novocaine.
Damn.
Hi, Wendy. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they show Chris Jericho? Just because Chris Jericho's not part of the company anymore, he.
Look at Billy Gunn. They just
Jesus
inducted him
fucking
into the
Christ.
Hall of Fame.
Come on, man. Come on, people. Just because or Chris Jericho works for AEW now, he's all over the fucking network. Are they not gonna they're gonna take Chris Jericho out of everything? Come on, man.
Right.
That makes no sense. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. They're telling a story, but now it doesn't fit the story because Chris Jericho's in there. I don't understand why everybody's so upset by it. I don't get it. I just don't understand why everybody's so pissed off they seen Chris Jericho. Well, why? Not saying you are why society, but it's not that big of a deal. It's one of the feuds that he had.
People have done far worse than been shown on WWE TV before.
Sami fucking Zayn.
Of course.
I think there's going to be a cash in that night. We'll see though.
I don't know. The more they say they want to build it up, they might just have them hang on to it long, because that's when it really counts, when they hang on to it and they're like, when they're going to cash in after hanging on for like till almost WrestleMania. Look at how long Edge held on.
Well, Edge was being pushed. Kofi Kingston is not really being pushed.
No.
They just.
Oh, go ahead.
WWE is either going to put the title on Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn's going to cash in. One of the two. Sami Zayn is going to win, and I think he's going to cash in. Kofi Kingston should not be the champion at the end of the night.
What if Owens wins and Sami cashes in?
No. If I could see Sami Zayn cashing in on Kevin Owens at that time. Doing what Seth Rollins did.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens ain't going to win the title. I'm talking about him cashing in during the match.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Well, there you go.
Go.
Money in the Bank is Sunday, and I don't give a shit.
Oh, just wait till Monday and Tuesday afterward.
I won't give a shit about Money in the Bank then either. I don't know, guys. I just, oh my god, I'm so lost right now. I really am.
Yeah.
I think our highlight anymore is the games we're playing.
It's just there's no. Just give us a little oomph behind the story. Give us a little something to get us excited about Money in the Bank. The end of the show, it didn't really even do it. I remember when they did Raws and SmackDowns, they built it around the feud, the main feud, and then they would have other feuds that tied in to the main feud. It's called fucking intertwining storytelling. It's what I call it. You intertwine your stories. Now, that being said, and then all of a sudden, the story takes a left turn instead of a right turn, but the left turn isn't as bad as everybody thought it was going to be because they intertwined stories. They took a left turn here. I can see Sami Zayn cashing in for the WWE title.
Yeah, but look how they did the build. I mean, they announced the participants, and then they had matches afterwards with the participants.
Yeah.
So they did it ass backwards.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically.
So
because they
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go
because
ahead.
They rush everything. They can't wait because they were so used to the fans writing this, instant gratification. Now, build it up. Do the slow burn. It doesn't matter if they want it right now. They'll like it more in the end.
Okay, so yes, you are right. You are right. Do the slow burn, but I hate to tell you this. It's because the fans they can't retain the attention of the fans. Right. That is society today. So the slow burn is not the slow build is not gonna look at what it did with the fucking Becky Lynch thing. Yeah. How do you think WWE is gonna fucking build their stories around that shit? They are not going to do it. They're gonna have to do it from pay-per-view to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That's the only way they can tell stories now because they have 15 fucking pay-per-views a fucking year.
Well, now this will lead to Saudi, and then what's it? The 23rd is the next
Stomping Ground.
Okay, so we got 5 weeks then from the Money in the Bank to Stomping Ground, and then in between that we have the Saudi thing on the 7th. So after this pay-per-view Sunday, it gives them the 2.5 weeks if they're going to do anything to build to Saudi, and then it gives them the other 3 weeks to build to the next pay-per-view. And we're probably not going to get anything.
Ultimately, the Money in the Bank is built to fucking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting. Every pay-per-view WWE has is insignificant, and that includes WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that WrestleMania was a spectacle like it used to be.
It's not. And the whole problem is, to go along with everything else, they have to constantly change things up until the 11th hour because of things constantly getting spoiled on the social media.
And that's true, too.
Right. Or you got someone that gets injured, or you got someone that... What was the excuse? Alexa Bliss lost luggage.
Yeah.
That was the excuses I saw for her.
Or someone gets suspended.
Right. So you've got all those that factor in, and We already know the one match we're getting at Saudi, which nobody cares about, and there's going to be no build to it.
Yeah.
They're going to show up
Right.
because that's what the prince wants. Nobody else cares about it.
No, you're right.
Right.
You're
It's
right.
like we've talked about. I would love if they would go back. I wouldn't mind if they went back to 8 pay-per-views a year, 6 pay-per-views a year, like 4, the big 4. And if they could bring back King of the Ring, that'd be fine. But you have to have a pay-per-view every month or every half a month. It's like it's watering the product down because it's that instant gratification. Everybody wants stuff now. But when we were growing up, it was like 4 a year. You had to really wait for it. You had the build. You had Saturday Night's Main Event. You had special occasions like that. They could do stuff like that. That'd be cool. But then even the fans are like, I have to wait too long. And no. It's like, how do you think I felt when it was like 4 pay-per-views a year, or 5 sometimes? Like I had to wait for a while. I didn't mind.
Well, you even had the build from week to week with the shows. And now that you're doing this wild card thing, you could throw people in the mix and you could do, okay, let's do a Raw from the pay-per-view into the Raw leading into the SmackDown to the following week.
They could,
Yeah.
but ultimately it's the same fucking people.
Right,
every
it's the
fucking
same
week.
people. That's the problem.
It's okay. The wild card thing, I would have fucking changed it up. It doesn't have to be fucking Roman Reigns all the fucking time. It don't have to be the fucking Usos all the fucking time. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I mean, even tonight, because like we had said, I mean, I understood that the Usos were on Raw, but they're facing Daniel Bryan and Roman. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Tony, WWE is not plummeting. They're growing.
No.
They're making more money than they ever have. And like I said, wrestling is just a small portion of what they do now. It is a small portion of what they do. Wrestling is not, I mean, it still is one of their main priorities because it is the most visible of them. But they treat it as just another department in their company. That's it. They don't treat it as its main reason why they're making money. So I mean, that's WWE for you. And to your thing with Takeover before Mania was Beast, WrestleMania was not bad.
Not this year's, no.
No.
It was not bad. Takeover was good. It was the best of the weekend, but it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't that much better than WrestleMania. The only downfall to WrestleMania is there was too many fucking matches, and it was way too long. That is the only issue I had with WrestleMania. The ending to WrestleMania sucked. And I do not give a pass to takeovers. I do not give a pass to NXT. Because they ultimately do the same thing that the main roster does. People just don't see it because the wrestling is a little better. So.
well, and even with the ending of Mania, look what we've gotten as the champion and what has happened since she's won both belts.
We've
Yeah.
gotten
Built up to she's facing Charlotte, she's facing Lacey.
We've got a champion, a women's champion that she talks more trash than she actually fucking wrestles.
Right.
I don't care. She says that she's gonna slap the taste out of everybody's mouth, but when has she? When has she? In fact, if I remember fucking correctly, one of her things was, why in the hell do I have to defend my title? I just won it. I thought she said she was going to be a fighting champion.
Yeah.
So don't fucking sit there and say that fucking Becky Lynch is the greatest champion WWE's ever had, or she deserves it. Of course she deserves it. But to be honest with you, I don't think that she should have ever won the title. I'm sorry, but she is better at chasing than she is having it. Look at how fucking boring her title run is. Her title runs are, I should say. They are boring. I am so fucking bored with Becky Lynch. It's god awful right now.
It doesn't help that she doesn't have Ronda Rousey to antagonize anymore.
Right.
Well, for right now.
So.
Right, because it's been there, done that with Charlotte, and of course with Lacey. I mean, even their interaction hasn't. I mean, it's just like a firecracker that was a dud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It didn't even spark.
No.
Because there's no build-up. All she did was walk up and down the ramp all the time. The only build-up she had was when she walked up and down the ramp by Otis. That was it.
Well, I'm going to say this in Lacey Evans' defense. She is pretty good.
Yeah.
But having her walk up, and again, you cannot blame Lacey Evans for this. Lacey Evans can showcase her talent. And I've seen her wrestle. It's not bad. It's better than half the roster that they have now.
Right.
75% of the roster that they have now.
Right, and I think we had this discussion. This was a change that was made by Triple H to put her in this line, this character.
But wait, it was Vince. It was Vince. Now, I'm agreeing with you, Ronnie. I'm agreeing with you. But everybody says, well, Vince just wants this. Are you sure that Triple H didn't want this? Are we sure? Are you back fucking stage? Do you even fucking know? Shut the fuck up. If you don't know, shut up. I don't know. That drives me fucking nuts. When people sit there, oh, Vince is this and Vince is that and Vince did this and Vince did that. Yeah, it's his thing. But sometimes he does, 99 times out of 100. Maybe that one time Vince is like, okay, let's do it. We don't know. We're not back fucking stage.
Right. Unless you have something like where...
People need to stop fucking speculating on what happens backstage. Because then therein lies the other fucking problem that people fucking never happy, because ultimately they're, oh, Vince is doing this. Well, fuck Vince. Vince is a fucking piece of shit. Vince is this. Vince is that. How in the fuck do you know? It's all speculation.
Right.
Because nobody has come out and said, it's not confirmed that somebody has come out and said these things, that Vince is this way. I have heard Triple H say that he does not care about what happens on fucking NXT, and that's fine.
It's not his product.
It's not his. Ultimately, NXT is made to develop talent to get up to the main roster. Teach them the way of WWE. The WWE way. Yes, once Vince dies, because he ain't stepping down, Triple H will take over. And again, I still don't think the fucking roster, the talent's going to be, the storytelling is going to be that much fucking better. I really don't. I really don't. Because I honestly think that Triple H is part of the fucking problem. But that's just me. And I'm not going to sit here and shit on
something we don't know about.
Yes. We don't know. We do not know.
Right. The last time somebody came out and said that Vince said this was when it was the Festival of Friendship, and it was Owens and Jericho, and they said Triple H was fighting him on it, and they said, well, why don't we call Vince? And Vince backed them up. That's the only time we can take someone's word for anything. Until then, it's speculate. It's what do they call it? Rumor and innuendo.
Does anybody else have any final thoughts? Okay. That being said, I'm going to end the show here. Don't forget Thursday, I will talk to Brian Himmelfarb. If he wants to do his favorite wrestling match of all time, or one of his favorites. As far as I know, if I remember correctly, his wrestling match is a 1996 Bash at the Beach when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO. The 6-man tag match. The infamous third person. If not, then I will do Trek's match, even though I ultimately think it's my match. I still wish Trek could pick a different one, but because that means I gotta pick a different one. It's my fucking show. We'll do Stone Cold versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. So that being said, you guys have a great night, and we will talk to you on Thursday. Have a good night. Oh.
That's all we can do anymore.